Most people think you need a brand new Lexus to get real luxury in 2025, but that's not true. In this video, we're looking at used Lexus models that are still absolutely worth every penny today. From the RX and ES to the GX, LS, IS, GS, and NX, these are the cars mechanics respect, owners love, and smart buyers hunt for before prices climb even higher. Let's start with the first one on the list. Make. Ask mechanics, which used Lexus SUV gives you the most value for your money in 2025, and the 2013 to 2015 RX 350 comes up again and again because it hits a perfect balance between comfort, reliability, and price. In this generation, you're getting a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that has already proven itself in millions of Toyotas and Lexus models around the world, matched to a smooth, conventional automatic transmission instead of some experimental dual clutch or CVT setup. That combination matters if you hate surprises. It starts, it shifts, it cruises on the highway without drama, and with basic maintenance, it can easily push well past 200,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers. Inside, this RX 350 still feels properly luxurious in 2025, with soft leather, quiet insulation, and a ride that soaks up bumps in a way many newer, stiffer crossovers just don't. Seats are high and supportive. The driving position gives you that commanding SUV view. And the cabin is laid out with simple, physical buttons that older drivers and families can actually understand without a 20-page manual. On the road, it's not a sports car, but most people shopping used Lexus aren't trying to set lap times. They want a calm, secure, almost floating feeling on long drives. And that's exactly what this RX delivers. Ownership costs are another big reason it's still worth every penny, because the RX 350 shares so much with common Toyota platforms. Independent shops know how to work on it, and parts are widely available, so you're not locked into expensive dealer visits forever. Fuel economy is decent for a V6 SUV. Insurance is usually reasonable for a mid-sized luxury crossover. And most common issues are predictable wear items like suspension components and brakes, rather than catastrophic engine or transmission failures. In many markets, from American suburbs to rougher roads overseas, you'll see these RX 350S still running strong after a decade of daily use, which tells you a lot about how they're built. For someone shopping in 2025 who wants a used luxury SUV that actually feels premium, still looks modern, and doesn't live at the repair shop, a clean 2013-2015 Lexus RX 350 is one of the smartest, safest bets you can make. Look at the 2013 to 2016 Lexus ES 350, and you're looking at one of the easiest ways to get real luxury in 2025 without draining your bank account every month at the repair shop. Built on a Toyota Camry-based platform, but wrapped in a much quieter, more upscale body, this ES gives you the best parts of both worlds. Bulletproof Toyota-style reliability underneath, and a calm, premium Lexus experience on top. Power comes from a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that has been proven in countless Toyota and Lexus models, paired with a smooth, conventional automatic transmission that doesn't rely on complicated dual-clutch tech or odd CVT behavior. For a used buyer, that means less to worry about and more confidence that, with regular oil changes and basic maintenance, this drivetrain can comfortably run past 200,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers. Inside the ES 350, you instantly feel why it still makes sense in 2025. The cabin is quiet, the seats are wide and supportive, and the ride quality is tuned for comfort, not for chasing sports sedans through corners. Older drivers and long-distance commuters especially appreciate how softly it glides over broken pavement, and how little wind and road noise makes it into the cabin, even as the car ages. Controls are mostly physical buttons and knobs, instead of overwhelming touchscreens. So everything from climate to audio stays simple and intuitive, which is a huge plus for people who don't want to fight with menus just to change the temperature. From a mechanic's perspective, the ES 350 is attractive because it shares many components with high-volume Toyota models, meaning parts availability is excellent, and most independent shops already know their way around the car. Common issues are usually normal wear items like suspension components, brakes, and the occasional sensor, rather than catastrophic engine or transmission failures. In many markets, these cars are used as executive sedans, airport transfer vehicles, and daily commuters that rack up serious mileage while still feeling solid and dependable. For a used buyer in 2025, the 2013-2016 ES 350 hits a sweet spot. New enough to feel modern and safe, old enough that depreciation has already done most of its damage, and engineered well enough that it still feels like a true Lexus, rather than just a dressed-up economy car. If you're searching for a quiet, comfortable sedan that you can buy used, keep for years, and not live at the repair shop with, this generation of ES 350 is absolutely still worth every penny. Shopping for a used Lexus SUV that can handle rough roads, family duty, and long trips without constant complaints from the mechanic naturally leads you to the 2014 to 2019 GX 460, because it's one of the last true body-on-frame luxury SUVs left that's still approachable on the used market. Underneath the leather seats and wood trim, this is essentially a very upscale Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, which means a strong, naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8, a traditional 6-speed automatic transmission, and a proper truck-style frame designed to survive bad roads, towing, and real off-road use. For a used buyer in 2025 that hates repairs, that's a big deal. No tiny turbocharged engine working at its limit, no fragile dual-clutch gearbox, and no experimental platform that hasn't proven itself. On the road, the GX 460 feels heavy, solid, and reassuring, with a soft, comfortable ride that soaks up potholes and speed bumps in a way most modern crossovers simply can't match, especially when you're driving on less than perfect pavement. Inside, you sit up high in a classic SUV driving position with big windows and good visibility, making it easier to place this sizable vehicle in traffic or parking lots. The interior design is more traditional than ultra-modern, with physical buttons and knobs for most functions, which older drivers and families often appreciate because everything is obvious and easy to operate without digging through screens. From a reliability standpoint, mechanics tend to respect the GX 460 because it's based on a long-running platform that's used all over the world in demanding conditions, from desert fleets to rural work trucks. Common issues are mostly related to normal wear, suspension components, brakes, sometimes the adjustable air suspension on higher trims, rather than catastrophic engine or transmission failures. Fuel economy is not great, and tires and brakes are larger and a bit more expensive than on a small sedan. But in return, you get a vehicle that can realistically stay in the family for many years if you keep up with fluid changes and basic inspections. For buyers who need 3 rows, want real off-road capability, or simply value that old-school feeling of a heavy, overbuilt SUV. For drivers who want a used Lexus that feels sporty and modern but still makes sense in 2025, the 2016 Lexus IS 200T is a very interesting option because it blends sharp styling and a more dynamic driving feel with the long-term quality Lexus is known for. Under the hood, you get a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which is a bit different from the traditional naturally aspirated V6 setups Lexus used for years. But in this case, it's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission that keeps the power smooth and the revs under control on the highway. For a used buyer, that means you get strong, flexible performance without the car feeling stressed all the time, as long as the engine has been properly serviced with good oil and regular maintenance. Behind the wheel, the IS 200T feels tighter and more agile than bigger Lexus sedans like the ES or LS. The steering is more direct, the suspension is firmer but still comfortable, and the whole car feels like it wants to change direction a bit quicker. That makes it a great choice for someone who enjoys driving, but still wants a daily that is quiet on the highway and easy to live with in traffic. Inside, the 2016 IS has a cabin that still looks fresh in 2025, with a driver-focused layout, supportive front seats, and a mix of materials that feel properly premium at this price point. Rear space isn't massive, so it's better for singles, couples, or small families than for big backseat passengers all the time. But the overall feeling is of a compact luxury sports sedan rather than a soft cruiser. From a mechanic's point of view, what matters with the IS 200T is maintenance. Turbo engines need consistent oil changes and proper warm-up and cool-down habits to stay healthy, and buyers should look for clean service history and avoid heavily modified or abused examples. When you find a well-cared-for car, you get a stylish, fun-to-drive Lexus that gives you modern performance, good fuel economy for its class, and the build quality to stay solid for many years. For someone shopping in 2025 who wants something more exciting than an ES, but more reliable and better built than many German rivals of the same age, a clean 2016 Lexus IS 200T is still worth every penny. Looking for a full-size luxury sedan that still feels special in 2025 but doesn't punish you with constant repairs naturally leads to the 2010 to 2012 Lexus LS 460, because it's one of the last true flagship sedans you can buy used for a reasonable price while still enjoying serious comfort and build quality. Think of this car as Lexus's answer to the S-Class and 7 Series, but with a reputation for lasting far longer with fewer headaches. Power comes from a smooth, naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8 paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, a combination designed more for effortless, quiet acceleration than for high-strung performance. On the road, the LS 460 feels incredibly refined. The engine barely whispers at normal speeds, the gearbox shifts almost invisibly, and the suspension is tuned to glide over rough surfaces in a way that still embarrasses many newer cars. Drivers searching for a used Lexus that feels genuinely premium but still has a strong reliability reputation should take a close look at the 2008 Lexus GS 350, because it sits in a sweet spot between relaxed luxury and quietly serious performance. This generation of GS gives you a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that's smooth, strong, and well-proven across multiple Toyota and Lexus models, paired with a conventional automatic transmission that focuses on refinement rather than gimmicks. For a used buyer in 2025, that means fewer worries about fragile turbos or complex dual-clutch systems, and a drivetrain that can handle high mileage as long as basic maintenance has been respected. On the road, the GS 350 feels more athletic than an ES, but more relaxed than an IS. Steering is confident and accurate. The suspension balances comfort with just enough firmness to keep the car flat in corners, and the V6 delivers effortless passing power on the highway without needing to scream. Inside, the 2008 GS still feels like a proper luxury sedan, with thick, soft seats, quality materials, and a cabin that shuts out a lot of wind and road noise. The design is more classic than ultra-modern, but many owners actually prefer the straightforward buttons and dials to today's complicated screens and touchpads. From a mechanic's perspective, the GS 350 is a solid choice because it shares a lot of its engine and transmission hardware with other Toyota and Lexus models, so parts are available and well understood. Most issues that pop up on well-maintained cars are typical age-related items: suspension bushings, shocks, brakes, maybe some sensors or minor electronics, not catastrophic engine or gearbox failures. For someone in 2025 who wants a used luxury sedan that still feels substantial and refined,